Okay. Greetings, Hotep Aguaba, bless up. Welcome to the Recovery Room of Racism Non-Anonymous. I am Sis Abena, and I am and have been victimized in this system of racism. I am a traumatized traumatologist, and I am a representative from the voices in the margins. I am also a queen of trauma and the trauma queen. I am true to the cause of African liberation via unification and utilizing the tool of healthy and effective communications. And this, I'm coming to you live and in person here at Africa Live, or you can check it out, africalive.com, live and in person, because that supports healthier and I suspect more appropriate, more communication when you can see and hear me at the same time. And this is a video response in a dialogue that is going on in a Facebook group of which I am a member. And this particular member, this is a video response to a brother who goes by the name on YouTube as Longlocks82, made a video response to the conversation or dialogue that was going on this particular Facebook group. And his video is entitled, as you see here, Sold Out, That's the Problem, People. I have come to a different conclusion in terms of what the problem is. And I introduced that concept and notion in my introduction of myself and who I am, when I talk about utilizing the tool of healthy and effective communication. And most certainly, Brother Longlocks82, you have demonstrated that, if you will, to me, that, you know, your video and your commentary supports my premise in terms of what the problem is, one of the problems is. And it's about communication. So I'm going to just, let me see if I can just jump in here and move this along. Number one, what I noticed right off the bat as I listened to your video is that it seems you totally misrepresented what was said in the Facebook group and from the brother who initiated the conversation that was initiated. You did let us know that you did not have the conversation in front of you, and you were sort of summarizing what was said. However, I do have the actual comment here, and I'm going to go ahead and read it real quick, because it's just a quick paragraph here. And it says, and it's entitled, first and foremost, "They Still Don't Care About Us." And he says, "It is about time we turn the table on these top-notch sellout Negroes. If you do not live in our neighborhood, you cannot tell us how to hurt or what action to take in the face of racial injustice." Let me say that again. If you don't live in our hoods, then it's not okay for you to come and tell us how to feel what we feel, what we should feel, and what we should do about what we feel, and how we should respond to what is causing us the pain. If you're not here, if you don't live here, then, you know, that's not quite cool. And I could talk to you more about why. He goes on to say, "How dare you come to lecture us on justice and peace when we are being murdered in cold blood? You ran out of the neighborhood as if it was a leper colony, claiming you cannot live among us. You did not stay and lead by example. Who gives you the right now to represent us via satellite to an enemy that is killing us? What makes you think you can now come and scold us on how to act passive in the face of naked racial aggression?" That was the question. So I heard a misrepresentation on your part in that you heard him saying, come live here, come back and live here. And because your initial response, was first and foremost, you said, here's the issue with that, brother. Black people want everybody to leave the affairs of black people to black people. Yet, we don't tend to them as a community. It's like the saying goes, black folks hate the police, yet we don't police our own shit. As long as that happens, we can't progress. You say it starts with us as black people to stand up and tell our own fuck-ups and failures that enough is enough. And you said peace. Then you came back and added the question in terms of should you all come back to these hoods that are now open, war zones, which they've always been, and as you rightfully sort of suggested in terms of the messages that we are given when we grow up in poverty. So let's see this. I had a conversation with my doctor, or an ex-doctor. He's a man of African descent, and I've always sought out those type of professionals to deal with. And he went out of business, or closed down his practice about 3 years ago now. Yet I would go to him, Dr. Jackson, and most of the time he was one of the doctors. He was still in the hood. One of those doctors. He was in the hood. He had other practices, but he was of the generation who was successful. Got out with the medical school, became a doctor, living that dream. And now many of you all who were in that position is catching the hell that the folks down here have been catching for the past 20, 25 years. Now that you all are beginning to feel it, number one. And things are falling apart because this system is falling apart. And you all are feeling it. Now, you all need us, yet you also see the devastation. And all those programs that they had in place, because they were out there in the suburbs with the white people and learning how to behave and practice in business and running programs and shit the way the white people did. They did the same thing in terms of fucking up the money, embezzling it, not really implementing the things that would really help the people, just putting Band-Aids and shit in these community programs, many of them, and for the large part. Because if something different was going on, then the results would have been different. And I know, because I've been in the professional world first as a patient, and then as a scholar, and as a hands-on person working. And so I know the history, and I'm up there, I see it, and I know what's going on and what happened. So the things that the people really need to help them, those who are in poverty, the research is there, and it's been there. But the practices of those agencies and organizations and their interactions in dealing with the people was jacked up. And as a result, the people continue to suffer. On top of that, the people were still getting shit dumped on them from the society that has been growing more and more out of control and more controlling on the people, smashing their foot. So people, and the only thing that's down there for the people to get to ease the pain of this shit is the shit that they put down there. Now, you all left, and you're up there, and now you want to tell us what to do. And that's part of the problem, and has been the problem with the whole helping profession. They keep telling the damn people instead of coming to the people and say, what is it that you need? How can I help you? No, you come and tell them what they need. However, you don't know what the hell I need because you have not been here. You've been out there. And if you want to help me, you might want to start with asking me, how can I help? Because that's the same thing you could have said to the brethren. Well, it doesn't feel safe for me to come down because, of course, it's ludicrous. I didn't hear him say, come here and live. So that argument is like this straw man. I guess that's what they refer to as a straw man argument. Some bullshit. Because you could have just said, how can I, that doesn't feel safe for me. What else can I do? How can I help? Yes, you're correct. I don't know what it's like to live there. Can you help me understand? That's healthy and effective communication. And that is what would, I believe, support the bridging of the gap between those of you who lived outside of this shit and those of us who were left. Because you all don't know what happened after you all were able to successfully get out. And just because you were able to successfully get out, you know everybody can't get out. You all were up there living, and you don't know what the hell was going on down here that got the people to the point where they are now. You asked questions. I don't even know if I got that. Yeah. Nobody's expecting you to come down here to live. And I'm saying like this, yeah, because this was the other thing. You called us all these names, the Hoteppers, and I'm a Hotepper, quote unquote, based on what it seems your definition of a Hotepper is. And I will say to you, nobody's asking you all to bring your asses down here. Just send the resources. Just bring the flipping money. Just send the resources. You stay up there, you're nice, comfy, because we need people who are in that position. How about that? We do need people who are in your position. How about you all just send some damn provisions down here and give it to those of us who know how to help the people. Give it to us who are close to the people. You maybe have not seen the quote-unquote Hoteppers out there in the hood, but we're out here. But we getting fucked up, and that's why I call myself traumatized. And it's not always coming from them, though they have issues, for sure. And I'm saying if you want to help, and you don't want to come down here and live, then just send the damn resources, just send the money. And let us, yes, we do want to be able to determine for ourselves what is helpful for ourselves. No, we do not want the police to come because we want you. Can y'all hold them off? You know, all y'all black lawyers, doctors, all you who have the knowledge and the know-how, the vocabulary, and the time. You all negotiate with the damn police, give us the money and the resources so we can take to the people, but get the motherfuckers off our back. They are the ones who are hurting us. How about we try to think about it from that perspective?
You want to blame me for this?